Hey, John here. Today in this episode, we're going to get the settings panels working for the screen and sound. Helping out, Drew has already taken close-up pictures of the individual stones, so I'm going to use that to make the seed images. Alright, I seem to have it. Let me show you what I've done. A lot of it's repetitive from what I did 2 episodes again. We're in the Mancala.kv file, and here's the sound screen menu. I gave names to the simple menu items so I can change the text from within the main.py file. I did that 2 episodes ago as well for other settings. So essentially the same thing, line selected, give selections from visual settings, dictionary from main.py. I did that for all of the settings, so we're pretty much, it's possible now to change the settings everywhere. But now that I've done that, let me just go into main.py where we got the update settings function. And for any one of these settings that are changed here, it checks to see if that's the setting, and it does specialized stuff for each of those settings. Some of them, it doesn't do much more than update the screen. But the new ones here, we have board choice. If we update our board choice, it changes in the KV file not only what it shows on the settings screen for the screen, but also goes to the actual game screen and changes the source file to a different file name, so it actually changes the image in your background. Let's see, animation speed choice. I actually use a little equation where I go from 1/10 of a second per step in the animation sequence all the way up to, so that'd be about 1 second between moves. So based on which one of those selections you choose. And we also have notification volume and seed volume. Here they just update the what's shown on the screen, but this is actually used now. Notification volume, seed volume down in the seeds animation. Here it is. So here's seeds animation, and down here dot volume. It's as straightforward as that. Dot volume times the seed volume. I do seed volume times 0.3, which means because 0 is mute, 1 is full loudness. So now this will go, because the menu selections are 0, 1, 2, and 3 for mute to full loudness. Essentially, this will go from 0 to 0.9, because 3 times 0.3 is 0.9, which is almost full loudness. Good enough for this case. So that's all I simply do. And the drop sound, same thing. Actually, since I'm in the seed section, let me show you what actually took quite a bit of time. Rather than build the images for all the seeds in the KV file, which I would have needed, 72 entries in there. What I did was, in the seeds file, I actually do the add widget. So actually building them on the fly when the seeds object is first instantiated in the program. And so it keeps a copy of everything in a new list called seed reference. So this adds all the seeds, and it's got a list in the seed reference, and of course, as before, it put all those seeds into the AI's hand, or the generic hand of the board, so that it could be used on the board. And then I have a new function within that class called change picture, which uses that list of seed references that I stored so I can get back to them easily. For S, or for seed and seed reference, it then goes and changes the image whenever this is called to whatever the current setting is, settings seed choice, and it chooses the list of images. Now, I'm in the ugly phase of the game right now. I'm not trying to make this thing look pretty, so rather than make all kinds of different seed images, I did ugly stuff just to get it done. So Here's our one picture of a pebble, our one picture of a black river rock, and our one picture of a teal seed. I'll add more when I start doing the prettiness. But for right now, it chooses randomly from a list of about 3 or 4 copies of the exact same image. Later on, I'll get the tweaking and make it prettier. It does, in the definition here of seed dict, this is over in the section where I'm doing all my horrible, weird dictionaries. Seed dict, for any one of these, teal, pebble, or black, it's storing a list of images and giving the size and the true spot, or in other words, the center of the stone, so that when it moves the stones around, it's being moved around by the centers. So that's all seems to be working. Let's play with this. Also, rather than get a walnut look for my Mancala board, Drew has already done the photo for it, but I didn't have time to really manipulate the picture perfectly or anything. So I just put the word walnut on the board for my walnut version. So let's run this and you'll see what I'm talking about. See, it's my birch board, but I put the word walnut. So that's my walnut board for now. It's making sounds. Let's go ahead and maximize this. Let's do some fun stuff. In screen, I can now choose birch, so it'll take that word off the screen. I can choose a different gem. Let's do black river rock. And let's make this one go fast. It's kind of fun. And resume game. Now when I choose something, yeah, that's fast. Do a steel here. But, oh, I didn't do a steel. I did that. And now a steel. Sorry, forgetting my basics of... There we go. All right, let me choose sound. You can change this, but it doesn't do anything. But I can change this to mute, and you'll hear this set now not make any noise. There we go. So we got the basics running. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Thanks.